China, a land of emperors and philosophers, of dynasties and revolutions, a civilization so ancient it predates the pyramids, yet so modern it's a global superpower today. From legendary rulers said to control the floods to a high-tech economy that shapes the world. This is the entire history of China, from the mythical Xia Dynasty to the People's Republic. Buckle in. We're about to journey through over 4,000 years of history in just one video. Let's start with myth. The earliest Chinese dynasty, the Xia, around 2100 BCE, is part history, part legend. We know about it thanks to ancient texts like the Bamboo Annals, but archaeologists still debate its existence. More concrete is the Shang Dynasty, c. 1600 to 1046 BCE. These were China's first real kings. They left behind oracle bones used to predict the future, and some of the oldest Chinese writing we've found. Then came the Zhou Dynasty, 1046–256 BCE, who ruled longer than any other. They introduced the mandate of heaven, the idea that rulers ruled with divine approval unless they messed up, kind of like a divine job performance review. But as the Zhou lost power, China split into rival kingdoms, the Warring States period. Think Game of Thrones, but with more crossbows. Then came a game-changer, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor. He unified China in 221 BCE, started building the Great Wall, standardized currency, and even tried to become immortal. He ruled with an iron fist under legalism, no nonsense, no mercy. His dynasty, the Qin, was short-lived, but his legacy, monumental. Like the 8,000 life-size terracotta warriors he had buried with him. Next came the Han Dynasty, 206 BCE, 220 CE, one of China's golden ages. They expanded the empire, opened up the Silk Road, and made Confucianism the state ideology. It was a time of poetry, philosophy, and powerful emperors. If the Qin built the frame of China, the Han filled in the details. China was now talking to Rome, India, Persia, through caravans of silk, spices, and ideas. After the Han fell, China fractured again. For centuries, warlords and short-lived dynasties fought for control. Then came the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907, another golden age. Art, science, Buddhism, poetry, everything flourished. It was cosmopolitan, multicultural, and technologically advanced. The capital, Chang'an, was one of the largest cities in the world. Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279, gave us printing, gunpowder, paper money, and the compass. They were brilliant, but militarily weak. That vulnerability opened the door for a storm from the steppes. Enter Kublai Khan and the Yuan Dynasty, Mongol rule over China. It was the first time a foreign power completely ruled China, but the Mongols adapted. They kept many Chinese institutions and welcomed foreigners, like Marco Polo. After the Yuan came the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644, famous for its architecture, blue and white porcelain, and massive navy. Under Admiral Zheng He, China sent giant treasure fleets across the Indian Ocean, decades before Columbus. But then they stopped. The Ming turned inward, focused on tradition, and fell behind the rapidly modernizing West. The Qing Dynasty, 1644 to 1912, ruled by the Manchus, was the last imperial dynasty. They expanded China's borders, but couldn't hold back Western imperialism. The Opium Wars, unequal treaties, Taiping Rebellion, Boxer Uprising, the 19th century was chaos. Foreign powers carved up spheres of influence, and people were fed up. In 1911, revolution ended 2,000 years of imperial rule. Dr. Sun Yat-sen declared a republic. But unity didn't last. Warlords returned, civil war erupted, and Japan invaded in the 1930s. In 1949, after a brutal civil war, Mao Zedong and the Communist Party won. The People's Republic of China was born. Mao's rule brought dramatic change, but also disaster. The Great Leap Forward led to famine. The Cultural Revolution turned society upside down. After Mao's death in 1976, Deng Xiaoping opened up the economy, launching China's rise as a global power. Today, China is the world's second-largest economy, a spacefaring nation, and a key player on the global stage. From mythical emperors to Mars missions. From silk scrolls to smartphones. The story of China is a tale of resilience, reinvention, and revival. And while its past is deep and rich, its future is still being written. If you enjoyed this journey through history, give it a like, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments, which dynasty do you find most fascinating? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.